massive Kickstarter. As a respected member of society, Count Mortis walked too close to the darkness and now lives off the life force he drains from the citizens of the Ebonwood, a pocket dimension shrouded in perpetual twilight. You must recruit a new band of heroes to protect the citizens from the Count's dark minions. You may be tempted to touch the darkness yourself, but be wary. That power comes at a high cost. Once a lowly peasant, Miracel returns to Thunderstone Keep as a powerful wizard, and with her, an army of bitter scions. Having lost the hope of creating their own world, these scions are determined to claim ours. Miracel has also placed many of Thunderstone's greatest heroes under her control, making a mockery of their past deeds. It's up to a ragtag group of outcasts to defeat Miracel and her minions in the epic conclusion of the Miracel story arc, a quest that will put your deck-building skills to the test. Thunderstone Quest is Mike Elliott's award-winning deck-building game of adventure and dungeon diving. If you're new to Thunderstone Quest, start by backing at the Value Pack Champion level, which includes everything listed here. If you're already a fan, pick up the new quests and continue your adventure. Back Thunderstone Quest now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another day of Tiny Towns at High Noon. It is Monday, so that means it's a Monument Monday, and we have a fortune setup with a fortune monument for you all today. It's going to be a fun one. I think this is an exciting setup. So joined by us in the stream, we have Vladimir Oriana on tech, as always.
Hello, everyone.
We've got Ryan Dancy.
Hello.
Josh Wood.
Hello.
And Luke Peterschmidt.
Hola.
And Vlad, who do we have joining us in the chat today?
Today on the chat we have Roberto Garcia, Ryan Moss, David Bauer, Leslie Clixby, Paul Johnston, Andreas Gavel, Thomas Grip, Alice Wood, Tori Haitland, Corey Heineman, and Omar Hernandez. Welcome to a new day of Tiny Towns. And remember, you can join our daily giveaway by liking and sharing the stream. The prize of the day is a copy of Scorpius Friday.
Alrighty. And if this is your first time joining us, first of all, thank you for playing along. The way it's going to work is I have the resource deck here. We're going to play Town Hall style. So I will shuffle this deck, flip a card face up, and you all must place that resource. Flip a second card face up. Everyone must place that resource. Every third card I burn face down, and that is player's choice or builder's choice. So you choose whichever resource you want every third call. There are 15 cards in the deck, 3 of each resource, but 5 get burned on each shuffle, so you don't know exactly what's coming up. And in today's setup, we have the cottage as always. We've got from Fortune the Tithe Barn. Also from Fortune, the statue. Our orange building is the Abbey. Our green building is the Inn. Our yellow building from Fortune is the Jeweler. And our black building is the Trading Post. And Vlad, are you able to blow up those 3 buildings on the screen briefly so people can grab a screenshot in case they don't have Fortune? That is the Tithe Barn, the statue, and the Jeweler. Red, gray, and yellow.
Yeah, give me 1 second and I will have it on the screen.
And of course our monument, the Petal Promenade.
Okay, so Petal Promenade.
So if you don't have Fortune, you can actually still play along at home if you want, or you can just replace those buildings with base game buildings. But in case you're unfamiliar with Fortune, Josh, are you able to run through the rules really quick?
Absolutely. So Fortune allows you to earn coins. Coins are worth 1 VP at the end of the game if they are unspent. They also can help you do things like feed your cottages with the Tithe Barn. Also, when Pete, and he will, call a resource that you don't want to play, you can always spend a coin to change that resource into a different resource. The way you earn coins is by building 2 buildings at the same time. At the end of that turn, you will get a coin. You can also earn coins through building the monument, the Petal Promenade, and by building the statue. I will mention that we are playing with the Jeweler today. The Jeweler has the ability that you can build it without spending a coin, but in this mode, you have to have the coin in order to build the Jeweler. It'll be worth 4 points, though, if you do, so I recommend it.
So
always worth it.
The cards are already on the screen, if you want to take a quick screenshot.
And in case you're unfamiliar with the Tithe Barn and the statue, the Tithe Barn is what's going to feed your cottages this game. It feeds all adjacent cottages, that is up, down, left, right, not diagonal. And then it also feeds pairs of cottages for 1 coin for every 2 at the end of the game. So if you had 3 cottages not adjacent to your Tithe Barn, you could feed them all for 2 coins each. And then the statue simply gives you 1 coin for each building type you have 3 or more of in your town, and it does count statues themselves. Alrighty. And of course, our monument, the Petal Promenade, is worth 3 points, and as soon as you build it, you place 1 coin from the supply on any 3 empty squares on your board. The next 3 calls from the deck, that is the next 3 face-up calls, must go in those 3 spaces. And each time you place a resource on those 3 spaces, you earn its coin and you put it into your chest if you have room. And the Petal Promenade does have a coin slot to hold an extra coin. Alrighty. Our first resource is a brick.
Ryan, Thomas is saying that your copy of Mariposas is upside down.
What? Can't have that.
Sometimes I think it's just so wonderful what people can actually pick out on these videos.
I will say when they did the live reading of The Princess Bride, in the background of why did I just forget his name? The
Jason Reitman.
Yeah, Jason Reitman. On his back shelf, he had a copy of Tiny Towns.
Right on.
It's a pretty freaking awesome thing to see.
Yeah, awesome. Absolutely mind blowing. Josh sent me a text of a screenshot of the live stream. It was so weird.
Oh, we got to share that. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
No, there's money in the banana stand.
After that brick is a wheat, everyone.
Not Jason Bateman, Jason Reitman.
That's what I said, right? Oh, I see. There was a...
Ryan was quoting.
Yep.
Got the wrong Jason.
Jason Bateman.
Yep.
Jason Reitman, who directed Juno, right? He directed
Oh,
Juno and Up in the Air.
all right. And after that, Wheat is a builder's choice.
I remember going to see The Princess Bride in the theater, and I went into that movie completely cold. I had no idea what it was. I don't remember why that happened, but I just remember going into that movie and like about 10 or 15 minutes into it, I was thinking, this is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, a lot of my favorite movies I've gone into totally blind. It's a nice way to experience a movie.
You know what I watched this weekend, completely blind, and that was a crazy experience to do. Was I watched Paprika?
Paprika.
And I don't know if you guys ever seen that. I bet Vlad's seen it.
Nope. I'll give her
I
a
know
stone.
about it, but
Next pick.
I hear about it, but I haven't seen it.
What's the next call?
Stone.
Stone is
Paprika.
Yeah, it's an anime.
Mhm.
This director who I think he only made about 6 movies in his lifetime because he died like in his 40s. And I've heard that they're all supposed to be like really good. They're like, hey, like, and the best thing I could say, Paprika is kind of what Inception is based off of.
After Stone is a wood.
Oh, interesting.
You're talking about Satoshi Kon, Josh.
Yeah, Satoshi Kon.
Hey.
All right, and after wood is a builder's choice.
And did you like it, Josh?
I thought it was so good. Yeah, I was very impressed with that movie.
And after builder's choice is a wheat.
I've been trying to just watch more, just more like Japanese films since I'm learning the language. It just and I'm on a 2-week break right now from my Japanese lesson, so I'm trying to just watch more things in Japanese so I can kind of keep up that headspace right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. After wheat is a glass.
I'm actually doing all the movies from Makoto Shinkai. I started in reverse order, so I went from Weathering with You to Your Name to 5 centimeters per second. Voices from a Distant Start. Is that the right order, Josh?
Yes, that sounds right to me.
And after glass is a builder's choice. Right.
Paul Johnson is saying we played Town Hall style for the first time on Saturday, and now we are going to play it that way for every time.
Cool. Glad to hear it.
Town Hall.
Josh, how late did we add Town Hall to Tiny Towns?
Ooh, it kind of
Requested by
depends.
the Germans?
I'm sorry.
Was that requested by the Germans?
No. That the way that worked was, early on, Pete and I said we should make sure that there's a solo mode. I think I was like there needs to be a solo mode because people want solo modes. Like we shouldn't spend too much time on it, but we should like think about it some. And at a certain point, we just were putting it off. And then I said, well, you make a solo mode and I'll make a solo mode and we'll see what we come up with. And my version of solo mode was basically Town Hall, and Pete's was the one that's in the game. And
I forgot that's how that happened.
yeah, and then
Right.
and then I was playing that with John, and I think just the idea was tossed around about just putting that in the game anyways, as just like an easier way to play. And I mean, you're right to a degree, Ryan, that the Germans really liked that style because in the German rules, that's the main way to play, and then the Master Builder mode is sort of the alternate way to play.
Mm-hmm. After that, builder's choice is a brick.
And I am so glad that we put that mode in because
yeah.
that's how we were able to play with you in lockdown. And it is incredible how that was just sort of a addition that just, was put in, and we, thought about putting it in, but we weren't,
And it's one of the favorite most of so many people.
Yeah, I would say it's about a 50-50 split between Master Builder and Town Hall for people's preference. After that, brick is a wood.
You know what? That's actually a good question for the chat. So I'm going to put that
Yeah.
question right now. Oh.
Paul says I've been learning Norwegian for about 4 years.
Cool.
That's weird.
That is an interesting language to
Why are you learning Norwegian?
Can't even get a discount on a Volvo. You're like one country off.
And after that, wood is a builder's choice.
I mean, look, I know I'm learning Japanese, and that's not the most practical language to learn, but sometimes you just want to learn a language too.
I mean, it's reasonably practical for our business.
Yeah.
All right,
Although-
after builder's choice is a wheat. Ooh, that's something.
Yeah, I just put out the promenade, so I'm like, okay,
Oh yeah,
these entry calls are going to be a little scary, but
maybe I should start my pedal promenade. That's probably a good idea.
but that weed I felt pretty good about.
So right now on your screen, you can see the options for our pool. Will you prefer Town Hall or Master Builder? Let us know.
Mm-hmm. All right, and after wheat is a glass, which is a little problematic.
Yeah, I don't like that glass. Huh.
Has anybody built their pedal promenade yet? I think an
Yeah, I
early
built
pedal
mine.
promenade is a bold move because you've got no coins to mitigate anything, but it's a good way to get some really fast cash. And after glass, builder's choice to end that run through the deck.
Wow, already?
Already.
So that means that now I can show you something, and that is our new website for Thunderstone Quest. And while I'm
Ooh.
showing you that, I'm gonna ask Luke to tell you everything you need to know about Thunderstone Quest, which is going tomorrow to Kickstarter.
Well, it would take a long time to tell you everything you need to know about Thunderstone Quest. The short version is you should just back it because it's awesome. But if you're an existing player and you've played Thunderstone before, I think the coolest feature of this version is in the Darkness Rising quest. There's this concept of corruption they've added. So normally when you upgrade your heroes, they get just tougher and more awesome and more heroic. And in this one, you have to be careful because if you upgrade your heroes, they start turning into things you might not want them to be. They're definitely stronger and more dangerous, but you'll also pay a stiff price for upgrading people a little bit too far. You might have your dwarf turn into a werewolf. You don't even know. It's actually super fun, and the art is great on those cards. It's so much fun to watch a character develop over time. If you're new, or I'm sorry, if you've also been playing Thunderstone Quest for a while, the second quest has a character called Miracel who's returning. And if you're new to Thunderstone Quest, it can tell stories in the quest, and so you get these repeating characters you see in multiple places. And this is the end of her sort of epic story arc. She started as a peasant. She came back in another quest to sort of lead an army that got defeated as they tried to sort of create their own universe. And now she's back with a new army and a bunch of old heroes she's raised from the dead. So cards that used to be in your deck that you loved are now enemies you have to fight as she's trying to coming back to take over Thunderstone Keep. It's weird. I've been watching the Star Wars cartoon, The Clone Wars, lately, and it reminds me of that. Like the way that Star Wars can tell these epic stories with characters that pop in and pop out. It's really cool to see that in a deck building game. So if you like deck building games and you like, epic sweeping narratives, you should definitely check it out. Launches on Kickstarter tomorrow at 9 p.m. And it's never too late to get in. You can get in right at the beginning with the same starting point that everyone else did with the Champions, which is the massive box that I'm sure Ryan has nearby. So check it out. And you can go to the landing page that Vlad put there. There's just a lot of good stuff in the game to check out.
So if you go to the top of the page, or whenever you're scrolling down, you're going to see this giant button on the top that says follow on Kickstarter. If you click on it, it will let you to the Kickstarter page. And then, if you click on the Save It button, you are going to get notified when the game goes live. So if you haven't done so before and you're interested in the project, just do that now, and you will get all the information as soon as we release it.
And if you like these streams, you can just share that information with others, and they can say, you know what? I think I might like that game too.
And that's it. We're ready for the next round.
If you do,
All
the
right.
next call will be Glass for sure.
That was a great pitch. Luke, you gave me a chance to shuffle about 25 times, so I think this is going to be my best shuffle.
I said I didn't have time to talk about everything.
It is Glass. You were right. It's Glass.
Woohoo! We made it.
Glass is actually
two of my 3 petal promenades for Glass. That was a little.
Yeah, Glass is very bad.
A little more difficult in this setup than it normally is. So Andreas Gable says, yes, I was already a little confused what's so special about the 2 drum resources and the 1 builder choice, but I am from Germany, so that explains it. Yeah, you see the rules written the other way around. So it looks more like, yeah, we're just playing Tiny Towns. Tori says, I am Norwegian. I speak it fluently as well as read and write reasonably well. It's good. And then Paul says, my daughter played a football tournament in Oslo 4 years ago, and I fell in love with the place. Ironically, the last time we were in Oslo, we bought the game Copenhagen. Copenhagen is a great game from those
Wing
designers,
Games.
David and Asker.
Yes.
That's their game, and they made Inner Compass with us, and it was great having them. They came out to Larkstone, and they're from Denmark, and they what they love doing, we would work, we'd play a round of the game, and then they would go outside, they would take the chairs from the dining room table, they would put them outside, and then they would just sit in the sun, and then they're like, we're not used to having this much sun, and so then they were just
Enjoying
really
the sun.
excited. They were just really excited to do that, and then after that, we would talk about the game, and then we'd play one more. Then they would go sit in the sun. We would talk about it. Then we'd play one more. It was a lot of fun just to interact with those guys.
All right, after Glass is a brick. This is very bad.
So
I'm in
now
a lot of trouble.
I'm gonna ask our designers what do they think it was the answer from the pool.
I think it was Town Hall. I mean, I think we've got a slightly biased pool
Audience?
here.
Yeah.
We're polling. I think it's Town Hall not by a ton. I think it's 55-45 or something.
Josh?
I'll say 60-40.
Well, you're right. It's Town Hall, but the percentage is 82-18.
Oh my gosh. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
What
Again,
was that Paul Pete after the Glass?
Glass, brick, and then Builder's
Builder's
Choice after
Choice.
that brick.
Yeah, like you said, right? Like this audience, I think it's biased because, well, they play with us Town Hall every single day. And that's awesome. But I do think they're lovers of the Master Builder mode.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. Meanwhile, there's a lot wrong with the resources on my board right now. I'm going to go for it. I might just not get any points today. We'll see.
Okay.
After that,
You make it sound like
choice
you're.
is a stone, which is what I feared.
Look,
Yep, that's-
Andreas is, let me see if it wasn't, yeah, Andreas is asking if you can tell him everything about Thunderstone starting in 2009.
Oh boy, that's a long one. I might have to lean on the Foreman Ryan there for 2009. Yeah, so it started in 2009 and now it's today. That was
There you
easy.
go.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome answer.
Perfect.
All right,
Nailed.
and after stone is a wood, which saves my little town from
And I have-
certain doom.
Another question about Thunderstone. After that stone, asked Dilbert, when do you think the product's gonna be finally releasing?
September of next year is when this one will be shipping. And it's a product we've done before, so I think that's pretty safe date. I know the product is in translation now as we work it through the process, so it's designed and just ready to get made.
So let's hope to get it around September. We had been I think we had a really good track of delivering Kickstarters, right, Ryan?
We do.
Yeah. So
We do.
even with a pandemic on top of it, I think we have a really good track on it. So around September, you can expect your copies of this new Thunderstone.
And Builder's Choice is after that wood.
And I think that even if you're new to Thunderstone, this Kickstarter have the special thing that you will be able to get everything that you didn't had before. Like everything is for sale, every single option on Thunderstone is gonna be available for you, even if it has come from previous Kickstarters. It's gonna be in different languages. And I'm gonna stop because we still have one more shuffle, and tomorrow is gonna be the day where we actually talk a lot more about Thunderstone.
All right, and after that, Dealer's Choice is a wheat, which is really good news.
Ugh.
Boy, have I made some dumb mistakes today, though. I'm in trouble. All right, there's my pedal promenade, and I'm going to throw down some coins.
Pete, the fundamental difference between the two of us is that you love that pedal promenade super late.
It's not that late. I mean, we're still in the mid to early game here, but did you build yours when you had 0 coins left?
I built it when I had exactly 1 coin because I
Okay.
built it and one other building at the same time.
All right, that's reasonable. And after that wheat is a stone, which is stone's actually quite bad.
Well, it's good for me, so
I'm happy for you.
it didn't sound happy.
Okay, and then following stone is a Builder's Choice.
I think I'm going to make the mistake and place a wood.
You're gonna make a steak? Sounds nice.
After Builder's Choice, we've got a stone again. Wow.
Triple stone.
Bad.
There goes your super shuffle.
Yep. I can fix this, maybe.
I like the confidence and then the immediate back off. You're like, I can fix this, maybe. Probably not.
There's a chance.
I'm screwed.
It is pretty bad. It's remarkably bad.
Paul is saying that he's been learning Norwegian on Duolingo for the past 3 years, and that's a really good app for developing, for learning those languages.
You know, when I was about to go to Japan, if I've never mentioned this story, I got to go with AG, and this was right before I started working for AG. Z mentioned that he was going to Game Market, which is the game convention there, and I told him to pick up me 6 games, and I was like, look for these, and I just gave him a list, and it was written in Japanese and it was written in English too. And then he's like, do you want to just come? And I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, let's see if we can just get you a ticket and take you. And so I was only there for just a couple of days, but that was awesome. And I spent, and that was 3 days before I left. So in that 3 days, just tried to learn as much Japanese as I could. And I used Duolingo for that. And it was interesting. And that's why when I got back, I was like, I'm going to learn Japanese. And then a year later, I started learning Japanese.
All right, after that stone is a glass.
I'm just gonna say that the guy that made Duolingo is from Guatemala, Luz Bonan.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, John Zinser's half of that story is I took Josh with me to the game show in Tokyo, and he walked in the door and in the next 4 hours, we marched from booth to booth, and he asked for specific games at every booth we went to. And by the end of the day, I had a giant box full of games, and they were the best games in the show.
That's good.
Like you were very well prepared for that, because you know what John would have done. John would have walked in and started talking to people and hanging out with Tack and Seiji, and about 10 minutes before the close of the show, he would have started asking people, "What should I see?"
All right, after that glass is a builder's choice.
I would say that is a fair assessment of what John wanted to do, that I kind of broke him out of.
He was denied.
Alrighty. And next up we have a wood.
I think if somebody told me today that I could go to a place full of people who like to play games, hang out all afternoon, and just be together as a group, I would pay huge amounts of money for that privilege.
Yeah.
No shopping required.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think every single one of us is dying to go and play with their friends.
Yeah.
Mhm. After that wood is another wood.
Oh,
Yeah, I am not calling too great today. Every single time I put a resource on one of my coin spaces for Pedal Promenade, I had to spend another coin, so I gained nothing. And now I just spent all of my coins in the game, so I'm down to nothing.
Hey.
It's been rough.
All right, and we're ready for the next shuffle, and we're gonna
Oh,
continue.
we got one more left. We got Builder's Choice.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we better have one more left.
So we are now continue with Thunderstone Quest, and I'm gonna ask some things from both Ryan and Luke.
All right. More Thunderstone.
More Thunderstone Quest. So I know that this is cheating a little bit, but any teaser or any actual thing that will be cool, so people know and they can share them on their own social media before we do it.
There's a giant box.
I think everyone knows that. But yeah, the giant box.
Have we talked about the divider sleuth?
Oh, no, this is a great thing. If you're a longtime player of Thunderstone Quest, you probably have 2 of those huge boxes that Ryan has. Into this next set, you'll get a 3rd huge, large box. And all the paper dividers you have, we're going to replace with high-quality printed plastic dividers, which will just make sorting your Thunderstone Quest collection just that much easier. I want to make sure that new players out there know when I mention quests and how you can work your way through a quest to experience a story. It's a legacy-style game. You can experience the quest by using certain setups, but you can always play in lots of different ways and lots of different modes. Sort of like you got Town Hall for Tiny Towns. You can play in what's called Epic Mode in Thunderstone Quest, where instead of using stacks of cards like you do in, like I say, a Dominion, you use one of every card in your entire set. So I know people that only play that way, much like I know people that only play Town Hall. And it's awesome. The variety is just insane when you play that way. It's so much fun. And that's all I have to say. And big box.
All right.
In French and German. So if you're French or German, you could use your language skills from an app or chance and learn some French and German, and then you practice it on your Thunderstone Quest cards.
Very cool. All right, I will start off the 3rd run through the deck with a brick.
Good.
Brick.
Like
Brick is good.
And I'm gonna remind everyone that today we're doing a giveaway for a copy of Scorpius Friday, and if you want to win that game, you should like and share the stream right now so you can be part of that giveaway. Casey's asking if the dividers are going to be something like the plastic dividers in the Viv Smash Up box.
Yes.
Exactly like those dividers.
Cool.
And
And
Andreas
after that brick, we have a stone.
Andreas is saying that Quest 0 for Thunderstone Quest is actually figuring out how you're feeding those giant boxes on your shelf.
You are correct, sir. That is correct.
Following stone is a builder's choice.
I'm gonna choose a brick. Oops.
All right, and after that, builder's choice is a wheat, which is just terrible garbage.
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
you ruined it. I was doing so well.
I gave you a chance to call today, Josh, but you asked me to call, so I was like, okay, fine.
That is
Not
that
good
is
at this, but
that is true, but you know.
all right, got a bit of cash to spend now, feeling more comfortable. After that wheat, we have another wheat in case I don't know
we
what
still
anyone's
needed some
doing with this
wheat.
wheat, but there you go. There you have it.
If you were late to build your petal promenade, here is your payoff.
Yep.
Mistakes were made.
Yes.
Oh, and then we have a builder's choice. Oh boy.
I think I'm gonna ditch my plan of building that.
Okay,
abbey.
Pete. So I'm counting on you to give us another wheat.
Okay. Why? That would be terrible.
I know.
Fortunately, it's a brick.
Okay.
So we
He's
all
not
get to.
playing. That's why he doesn't. That's why Vlad doesn't mind. Vlad
Well, I play my own
builds
game.
another
Don't
day.
worry. I do play my own game.
Vlad
Yeah.
Vlad just likes the chaos of it all.
Exactly.
When I make a statue,
Yep.
if I'm making my third statue, do I get a coin for statues?
You bet.
you do.
Yep.
Excellent. Love that answer.
All right. After that brick is a wood.
That's why I just.
How do I feel about that wood?
Oh, we're thundering to an inauspicious conclusion here today, guys.
Yeah. I'll accept that wood. And then we have a builder's choice. I'm going to do something I haven't done in a very long time. Oh, no, I'm not, because... Oh, jeez. I was going to do a cool thing. I can still do a cool thing.
Do the cool thing.
Yeah, I'm going to build my fourth inn.
I'm out.
It was not part of my plan. It just sort of came together. And I'm going to build a statue.
I was gonna build 3 inns and then use the statue, but I'm actually doing pretty well with a bunch of jewelers right now.
I'm doing fine. Yeah, I had a good number of, well, I've got 2 jewelers, which is okay. After that, builder's choice is a stone.
So I like that stone.
I don't, but it's not the end of the world. I pay a coin, and that's my board. That's my town. I'll probably finish up this run through the deck.
The maximum coins you can have at one time is 5, right?
5 because of Petal Promenade. If you have
Yeah.
built Petal Promenade, you can have 5.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
After stone is a wood.
All right, I'm gonna use
Ugh.
wood.
I may need to add a second Tiny Towns game to my week. My scores are just getting worse and worse.
Oh, it will be great if you can join us tomorrow.
Yeah, I may be in the same boat Luke is. I am suspecting tomorrow's going to be a busy day. We'll see. We'll see.
Why? What's going on tomorrow?
I don't know. Some
Oh.
Kickstarter thing.
Yeah, some small little thing for the company, you know, this awesome game called Thunderstone Quest. You should check it out. Back us on
And
Kickstarter.
after
Josh.
that wood,
Do you have a link I could follow?
Sure, it's already on the chat on the bottom. You just click on it.
builder's choice is after that wood.
Sounds like a lot. Wow, I made a mistake. What's the what was the? Is it are we on player's choice?
Yep.
What can I do to save my town? I feel like I have nothing I can do to save this particular aspect. So I'm going to build a cottage that might not score. Well, I guess I might have coins, so maybe I'll be okay.
After that, builder's choice is a wheat. There we go. All 3 wheat, just not in a row like Vlad wanted.
You break my heart, Pete. You know you're breaking my heart.
Okay. That wheat will go here.
All right, and after that wheat is a glass.
Wow, Thomas is out with 33 points. Good scores.
That's solid.
A glass.
Okay, and then we have builder's choice. And Josh and Ryan, are you both still going?
No,
Oh no,
I'm
Ryan,
not.
you said you're done. That's right.
Okay, one last call
I-
before we shuffle and start a new round. If there is going to be a
Well,
new round.
I'm out on that call. I just got to decide whether I'm going to.
It went glass and then dealer's choice, Vlad, to end the round.
Oh, yeah. No, so before we move to the next round, remember we're doing our daily giveaway, and you can win an amazing copy of Scorpius Friday. So you know what? Go share the stream, try your chances. If you don't win, you're missing an amazing game. So if you don't win, you can also go to Elder Store and buy it. But try, guys.
Luke, are you done?
I am out. Yes.
Okay, well we're all done here.
So I'm just gonna put some resources.
Sure, that sounds good.
Okay.
And I've got my score here. I got 39 today, which I'm pretty happy with. Things were scary there for a bit, but turned out okay. Ryan, how'd you do?
I got 23 points.
Solid. Luke?
I got 32. I thought I was doing well, and then I just built all my buildings in the wrong places, apparently.
But
it was fun.
Josh looks like he's doing math.
Yep, 27, 28, 29.
300.
Plus 12.
Wow.
So 29 plus 12 was my score, which is 41.
41.
Nice.
That's great.
I think that's the winner.
And I think that's the highest score I've seen, higher than any of the scores in the chat too, but I'm seeing some really good ones come in. I see a 36 for Delbert, 36 for Kevin, 29 for Kurt, all good scores.
Yeah, I built 3 trading posts today, and then I was able to kind of always be double building, which kind of kept my coins flowing. And then I had a huge stack, and then I just wouldn't deplete because I'd build a jeweler and then something else. And then so I just kind of got to stay at the same. And that worked out well. And then I was even able to double build on my last turn because I was able to build 2 cottages in the last spots. So
awesome. Very nice.
And the winner of the day is Wayne Roberts. Wayne, you just won a copy of Scorpius Friday.
All right, congrats.
Actually, I wouldn't have been able to do that double build. So I have 1 less point. So I have 40.
So you beat me by 1.
Yep. So
terrible. All righty. Is there anything else you want to share with folks at home before we sign off for today?
Well, please join us tomorrow for another good stream of Tiny Towns, and we're probably going to have a bunch of announcements about Thunderstone. Please check us out on Kickstarter. Back us if you like the game. Tell your friends. Help us spread the word.
Yeah, tell your enemies if you want.
Yeah, that's sure. Fine. That works too, right?
Yeah.
You should back this on Kickstarter. What?
Yeah.
or you do reverse psychology since they're your enemies. Like, hey, could you do me a favor, man? Don't back this. And they're like, well, I hate you, Jerry, so I'm going to back it.
Jerry, I hate you, Jerry. If you want to know who's Jerry on Josh Live, tune in tomorrow when we talk about Thunderstone Quest and Josh's enemies.
Alrighty. Well, thank you everyone for playing today. We'll be back tomorrow with more Tiny Towns and then a Wednesday with Santa Monica. Stay safe and keep playing games. See you, everyone.
Woo! Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Stay safe.